Hi guys, I'm Nick,
I'm Aaron.
and today on Catch Pajamas, we're going to start a new profile series called Liquor, I Hardly Know Her. And today is Chicago's Malort.
Ooh.
And the show starts, right?
Meow.
Ho! Ho! Okay! Ha!
It won't go away.
Put hair on your chest and anywhere else. So this last weekend, my new company, Fourth Wall Down, hosted a theater company from Chicago who built Malort into their show. This was something that nobody from St. Louis had really heard of, but they had it near and dear to their hearts. Malort is actually still going on. Malort is actually consumed 90% by the Chicagoland area.
Really?
Yes, and only 10% is anywhere else in the world. It's actually fashioned after a style of Basque Bravine, which is a type of Swedish schnapps, which uses wormwood. Malort is actually the Swedish word for wormwood, which flavors it.
Wormwood kind of sounds like a mythical creature.
Yeah, well, it's also the main ingredient in absinthe.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but so Malort, the type of wormwood that they use in Malort actually has a much lower level of thujone, which is the GABA receptor antagonist supposedly responsible for absinthe's delirious effects.
Okay.
Also, do you know the Russian word for wormwood?
No.
Chernobyl,
No, wait, really?
which gives you an idea of what this will do to your brain.
And it tastes like a nuclear
A nuclear
fallout.
bomb has, yeah, just like the soot that's left over from a
It will
nuclear.
not leave my mouth.
It will not. It will stay with you forever.
Ugh.
So Carl Jepsen, who graces the name of on this bottle,
Okay.
was he's not around anymore. Was
Probably from drinking too much Malort.
He was a Swedish immigrant who started home brewing the product and selling it from door to door. He was also a cigar shop owner.
Okay.
And was reported to say that he loved the bold flavor of Malort because it was one of the few things his palate could still taste.
Okay.
From his wrecked years of smoking for years upon years.
Okay, that does make sense.
He also had lots of great sayings about it and testimonials. One of the great ones, they have a challenge to the braggart drinker who says he can drink anything, and it just says, well, you can't do us, but if you can keep up for two drinks, we may be yours forever.
Okay.
Their long-running slogan was the two-fisted drink, because to take it, you couldn't just swig it. It's not. Oh yeah. No, you had to hold on to it because otherwise it would shudder out of your hands.
Oh.
One of their sayings that was on their bottle for a short period was, "Most first-time drinkers of Jepsen's Malort reject our liquor. Its strong, sharp taste is not for everyone. Our liquor is rugged and unrelenting, even brutal to the palate. During almost 60 years of American distribution, we found only 1 out of 49 men will drink Jepsen's Malort after the first shock glass."
Shot glass. Okay.
During the lifetime of our founder, Carl Jepsen, was apt at saying, "My Malort is produced for that unique group of drinkers who disdain light flavor and neutral spirits."
Do people just want to drink bitter grossness?
It is a style of drink that's actually popular in Sweden. Now,
Okay.
whether or not it holds true to its Swedish roots is a whole nother question. But
I want to find out.
He also said, continuing on with his little quote, "It's not possible to forget our two-fisted liquor. The taste just lingers and lasts, seemingly forever. The first shot is hard to swallow. Persevere. Make it past 2 shock glasses, and with the third, you could be ours forever." Which seems like a curse, I think, probably.
Yeah.
So its Swedish cousin, because they actually continued to make it in Sweden, even through the what was it called? The Prohibition?
Prohibition?
Well, no, the temperance movement. The
Okay.
temperance movement that went on elsewhere. We called it prohibition here. It was the temperance movement. I mean, it was here also, but that. So in Sweden, they had the temperance movement, and Malort actually continued to last through there. So the Swedish cousin of Malort, which the most popular one over there is called Baska Droper,
Okay.
is described by its producer. This is by the producer as tasting like fox poison.
You wouldn't know that unless you've tasted fox poison.
Fox poison. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's crafty, but so it actually made it through the temperance movement.
If you tried fox poison, I would assume.
I mean, I feel like I'm bigger than a fox, so like
Right.
maybe it is just fox poison.
This will just make you seriously ill. is
Do
what
not
he's
feed
going
to your
across.
foxes.
I don't see how this is a popular drink. I really don't.
So it actually made it through Sweden's temperance because of its relation to crawfish cakes.
Okay.
It was used in a recipe for crawfish cakes.
Okay.
And because of that, they didn't outlaw it. Now it also in the United States, Malort was one of the only wormwood drinks to make it through Prohibition, supposedly because it was a medicinal alcohol. There were many other types of medicinal alcohols. Most cough medicine has alcohol in it, and there was lots of. We'll probably do an episode on Prohibition because it gets real interesting there for a while. People drinking like fluid from their tractors and stuff. But anyway, it actually made it through because it's considered a medicinal alcohol for since the 1400s. It's been used to fight off stomach parasites.
Okay.
It's called wormwood because it's actually supposed to get rid of stomach worms.
It'll kill anything in
It'll
your
kill
stomach.
anything in there, and its bitter taste is also used to fight indigestion. So if you have heartburn, it like drinking milk is a base, so it gets rid of the acid. This is supposed to be extremely basic, so it even though it's alcohol. And it's also reported to be used to help with menstrual cramps. There's actually reports of women working on the line when they were manufacturing this, and they would, if they were having problems, they would take it off the line, sip some of it, and it would help to calm their lady problems. So, in the 1950s, when all of the Swedes moved to the suburbs, Malort could have very easily disappeared, since it's such a niche alcohol. But with their unique marketing plan, multicultural marketing plan, it actually found new purchase, particularly with the Polish, which is a large segment of Chicago, and with the Hispanic population, which, again, they treated as like a rite of passage.
Yeah.
If you can drink
You
this,
ain't tough unless you can take the Malort.
it's like snake tequila,
or like the scorpion in
the scorpion in the bottle,
Okay.
yeah, or
Okay.
or drinking the worm,
Okay.
that sort of a thing. Instead of trying to distance themselves from this stigma that was built onto this very traditional style drink,
They just embraced it.
they embraced it and they went foolhardy into that direction with some pretty great slogans. So you read some of those.
Okay. Here we go. So, Malort, kick your mouth in the balls.
Malort, when you need to unfriend someone in person.
All right. Malort, tonight's the night you fight your dad.
Malort, the champagne of pain.
Malort, turning taste buds into taste foes for generations.
Drink Malort. It's easier than telling people you have nothing to live for.
Malort, what soap washes its mouth out with.
Malort, these pants aren't going to shit themselves.
Oh, that's the best one.
Yeah.
You know what would be a cool idea is to have like a bartender competition with like Malort, who can
As a
make the
difficult product.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you make a drink out of this difficult
It's like,
product?
can you cook with this one ingredient kind of competition, but with bartenders, you give them Malort, and they gotta create the best drink with this.
Well, funny you should say that, because I just so happen to have a menage of ingredients to try and make something out of this beautiful niche alcohol.
So you're saying we're gonna have to drink it again?
Would you like to try some of my concoctions?
I don't really have a choice, do I?
No, you don't. So when I first tasted Malort, what would you say the overbearing flavor was for you, or just hell?
Bitter.
Just bitter.
It's just bitter. It's just like
no more definition than that.
No,
just
it's
bitter.
It's a lingering bitterness.
Like a mother-in-law that
doesn't
doesn't like you anymore.
Exactly.
Just bitter.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's your mother-in-law. That's what this liquor is. Your mother-in-law.
There's also, we'll throw up a link to this other article that I saw where 10 best sommeliers in New York all tried it, and these are very refined palates drinking kerosene. And they tried to describe it. A few of them were okay with it, a few of them won't. It tasted like Sad Christmas.
Sad
was
Christmas.
one that I saw. Just death. And that's from sommeliers who are like, that's their job to find cassis in things or anything like that.
Okay.
When
Depression?
I tasted
Would you
it,
consider depression?
it tastes like depression.
Yeah.
I think that was one of them, actually. So when I tasted it, the overbearing flavor that I got was that of grapefruit pith, which is the white of a grapefruit. If you've ever just bitten into a grapefruit, or if you've had just the fleshy bit on the outside.
Okay.
So to me, I have to find a way to, instead of trying to mask the Malort, which is what a lot of people would try to do, I have to instead find a way to embrace it, much like their marketing plan. So
I don't think you can go any other way but embrace it.
you have to turn into the skid, is what I like to say, or hang a lantern on it. So
embrace the suck is what they always said in the military.
So we're gonna turn into the skid and embrace the suck.
Okay.
That sounds dangerous, especially with a partner. So what we're gonna start with is Malort's actually used. This type of alcohol is used with fatty foods in Sweden, so it goes along with protein very well. Well, sort of well. And so one of the things I'm going to do is introduce some protein. It's not a fatty protein, but it'll still do the job. So what we're going to start with is an egg.
All right.
We're going to separate it out.
So that's going to make all the difference in the world.
Yeah, so I'm going to actually start with a golden fizz. Also a good porn name. This is Miss Golden Fizz. All right. I'm just going to put some salmonella on this table here. All right. We're going to dump that in there.
Okay.
I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh, I got to... There we go. All right. So we're going to start with this, which a lot of times you don't use the yellow. You can also use the white of the egg along with it, but to me that kind of just tastes like scrambled eggs. So then we're going to add our delicious grapefruit juice.
Now, have you tested this, or is this an experiment?
I sort of tested it a little, and I'm not doing exact measurements right now like I should be.
That looks like enough.
Yeah, it looks about right, I'd say. Oh, and we cannot forget our Malort.
We can.
No.
It's okay.
Now, Malort isn't actually the grossest alcohol I've tasted. If anybody's ever had just raw bitters,
that's true.
It's pretty much similar to that. It has a strong flavor to it, but if you embrace it and treat it as an asset rather than something that you have to fight against, you can find fun ways to get around it.
Next time we should try bathtub gin. I think that would be just about as bad as this.
Yeah, with like somebody still in the bathtub. Yeah. Like a dirty person in the bathtub.
Homeless
like a homeless bathtub tea.
Homeless bathtub gin.
Yeah. All right. So we've got an egg yolk. We've got some tequila. We've got the Malort. Now, this is actually a home infusion that I made from my garden of lavender. We're going to add just a little bit of that for flavor.
And that'll smell.
Yeah, and it adds a nice smell to it, and it sort of battles that soapiness by embracing it.
Okay.
And just a little bit of simple syrup and a dash, maybe 2 dashes, of orange bitters.
Dude, it's bitter enough. I really think you didn't.
I think we're turning into the skid. This is definitely going to be a sour. We're aiming to turn this into a tart drink, which is when you add sour to bitter, you end up with tart.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to shake this for quite a while, so we're going to speed up the video here. And now,
So excited for this. It looks like it would taste good.
so this is sort of like a nog. You usually
Yeah,
use
it
the
looks like eggnog.
yeah. You have to put cream into a nog, so this is technically a
Hold it
golden
up here so you can see it. It looks like eggnog.
a golden fizz, which is popular amongst Trump supporters.
All right, embrace the suck.
Or you can do it like a shot. That's an option too.
Kind of like schnapps.
It is a schnapps. This is actually a type of schnapps. It just uses.
It just doesn't taste anything like a schnapps
Yeah.
to me. Not bad. Good
Schnapps
job.
just refers to the way that it's fermented. So yeah, it is actually a Swedish schnapps.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. That was not that bad.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for stopping by with Cat's Pajamas.
Make sure to like and subscribe and try some Malort.
And also, if you have a local elixir that you'd like us to profile on Liquor I Hardly Know Her, please just comment in the sections, tell us about it, and we'll try to put it on our next segment.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
All right,
I'd love
guys.
to find some weird ones. Not that this is not.
This is
totally
pretty.
normal.
Yeah, this is pretty tame.
pretty
Yeah.
tame.
I mean,
Oh, stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
the show stops, right?
Meow.